High up in the remote Himalayan mountains, hidden within the mist-laden pines, stood an old, forgotten motel known as the Blackwood Inn. Travelers whispered of eerie happenings, missing guests, and an unexplainable presence that lurked in its abandoned corridors. Those who stayed the night rarely spoke of their experiences. Some left in a state of hysteria, while others simply vanished. The mysterious origins. The motel was built in the 1940s by a British officer named Edward Blackwood, who sought solitude in the mountains after the tragic death of his wife. Locals warned him that the land was cursed, a site where ancient monks had been slaughtered centuries ago. But he dismissed their fears and built the motel anyway. Soon, strange occurrences plagued the establishment. Guests reported hearing whispers in the dead of night, doors creaked open on their own, and the air would turn ice cold without warning. One winter night, Blackwood was found hanging from the rafters of room 306, his face twisted in horror. A single phrase was scrawled in blood on the wall. "She is coming for me." The horror that followed. After Blackwood's death, the motel changed hands multiple times. Each new owner met a gruesome fate. Some disappeared without a trace, while others were found in their rooms with expressions of sheer terror. Their bodies contorted as if they had been frozen mid-scream. Eventually, the place was abandoned, left to decay in the icy winds. But the legend of room 306 continued. Locals claimed that on stormy nights, flickering lights could still be seen from its windows. Some who dared to enter reported seeing a pale woman in a tattered white sari, her face obscured by long, wet hair. She would stand at the foot of their beds, whispering in an unknown language before suddenly vanishing. The last recorded stay. In 2017, a group of trekkers, unaware of the motel's dark past, decided to take shelter there during an unexpected blizzard. They found the place untouched, as if waiting for its next visitors. Out of curiosity, one of them, Aniket, chose to sleep in room 306, despite the warnings carved into the wooden door. "Do not let her in." At 3:06 a.m., his friends awoke to the sound of heavy knocking. Thinking it was Aniket playing a prank, they called out to him. No response. The knocking grew louder, more violent. Then came the scream. When they finally forced the door open, Aniket was gone. The only thing left behind was his phone, still recording. In the video, they could see Aniket staring at the mirror, whispering in a voice that wasn't his own. "She is here." The screen flickered, and the last frame showed a grotesque, elongated figure standing just behind him, her mouth stretched into a gaping, black void. Aniket was never found. His friends, traumatized beyond belief, fled the motel and never spoke of that night again. To this day, the Blackwood Inn remains abandoned, swallowed by the Himalayan wilderness. But trekkers say that on cold, moonless nights, if you stand outside room 306 and listen closely, you can still hear the knocking.